Hello, you gorgeous human and beautiful souls. Welcome back to my channel if you have been here before. If you haven't, hello, my name is Aurora. I'm working on changing this channel up a little bit from doing the individual readings for each sign to more collective readings and more intuitive channels based on my clairs. The individual sign readings are a lot of energy and a lot of effort, and it doesn't feel as true to my spirit as it once did. So I'm moving away from those types of readings and again focusing more on the collective because we are in a big time of transformation right now. Internal alchemy is happening and slowly our physical bodies and our physical realities are catching up with that. And as we do that, more of all of our gifts are unfolding and we are being encouraged to move into a more authentic expression of who we are. And recently the individual readings for each sign has not felt authentic to me, and I've just been kind of striving through them to get them out because I know some of you really appreciate and enjoy them. But I have strong faith that you will also resonate with these channeled readings as well for the collective because again, we are all going through a major shift, a major transformation, a major upgrade in global consciousness. And as we explore our individuality and tap more into our own authentic expression, we are recognizing how we are a part of the whole as well. So rather than focusing on the individuals, I would like to do the collective readings to help us all as we move through this transition feel like we are in it together because we really are. We really are. It's not about the individual signs, it's about the community that we are fostering. So, with all of that said, I will use oh, it's bright sunlight. Radiant Wilds Tarot, which I adore this deck so much. I think the cards are absolutely stunning. They are stunning. They are works of art in and of itself. And I love how I'm talking about an upgrading consciousness. And the card at the bottom of the deck is the Hierophant. Like I said, these cards are just spectacular. The lighting is a little bit different. So the Hierophant speaks on just that. It's somebody who is able to open their vessel up to receive divine knowledge from the divine, from divinity, and use that knowledge to impart wisdom um, onto the collective in some manner. The Hierophant is the emperor's right hand man. The emperor rules the kingdom, but it's the wisdom that the Hierophant offers that allows the emperor to work with God in order to rule the kingdom most efficiently. Fascinating. Okay. So the cards we had fall out were the Empress was first. We had the Eight of Swords fall out, the Queen of Swords, the Four of Wands, and then I asked for a clarifier for the Eight of Swords, and we got the Seven of Cups. So with the Empress and especially the Four of Wands here, you are entering a new period of creative fertility, creative abundance. This could also mean pregnancy for some of you, but if that's not going to be for everyone, take it as it resonates. You are entering a time period where you are stepping into your power and your sovereignty, which is exactly what I was just speaking on becoming more authentic and more of yourself so that you can recognize where you fit in with the collective. Because we all have individual roles to play. We all have this unique expression that we can bring to the whole to help each other, to help the world, to help whatever it is that your life path is bringing you towards. But the Four of Wands is also about stability and fulfillment. So we have a 3 and a 4. So maybe 43 or 34 could be a significant number for you here. But with this stability and fulfillment, there also involves an increase in responsibility. So the Empress is talking about, that's funny, we started with the Hierophant, who's the Emperor's right-hand man. This is the Emperor's partner. This is the person who sits besides the Emperor to help rule the kingdom. And it is, if the emperor represents like the okay, I'm picturing it like a gavel. If the emperor represents the gavel, the empress is the robe. And then the judge is just the empire as a whole. It's kind of what I'm getting. That's fascinating. But the emperor being the gavel, he is the one that establishes the business. He is the one that has to have that stern fist that says when things need to be changed, when things need to be followed, when what rules need to be followed, etc. And then the Empress kind of represents that robe where it's dressing up the kingdom in a way that's regality and creativity and bringing a sense of uniformity. But through that uniformity, it's also acknowledging the uniqueness of each individual that makes up the empire. And with the Empress and the Four of Wands, again, this is you're moving into a time where your creativity is going to usher in the sense of stability. And I love that it's a pregnant woman on the Four of Wands because there really is an emphasis on what you can birth into existence right now. And again, some of you it will be like literal childbirth, but that's not going to be for everyone. Others of you, it's a time to step into your creative abundance. And not only that, with creativity, some of it, I think everybody is an artist in their own right. It's just about finding your art form. And the Queen of Swords is somebody who I love the Queen of Swords energy because she is somewhat stoic. She is individualistic and she has the ability to be very, very pointed with her words, very sharp with her words. She can cut through steel. She can penetrate other people with the words she uses because she can see very precisely everything that people are attempting to hide. And as you step into your own authenticity, you gain a deeper insight into others. You are gaining this ability to see through others. But with the Queen of Swords, she has the capacity for violence to use her words to harm, and she chooses actively to use them for good. So while she can see very clearly through the masks and the veil that people and society present, that they put forth, she chooses to be nurturing with her words. She still is here to help people get their own masks and to show them that you don't need to be hiding behind this mask. But she does it in a way that is nurturing. She does it in a way that is not necessarily uplifting, but in a way that isn't so abrupt. She has the capacity to pull the rug out and make people fall down into the abyss without a parachute, but she chooses to help them out. She chooses to gently nudge them towards that awakening. And that's the energy you're moving towards. And with this Eight of Swords and the Seven of Cups energy, I believe you are moving away from this Eight of Swords. I think before you stepped into this sense of deeper understanding of self, deeper authenticity, of a deep knowing of who you are, you might have felt like you were trapped in your own mind, like your mind was a prison to you. And especially, I think other people saw this as well. And you're moving away from being trapped by the perception of others, which is, I think, a lot of what kept you trapped in this Eight of Swords energy. You're moving away from being trapped in how other people perceived you, especially at your lowest. You may have been surrounded by people who saw you when you were struggling, when you were not yourself, when you were afraid to be yourself, when you were wearing not only one mask, but a layer of masks, especially depending on the people you were with. You always felt like you couldn't be yourself, you couldn't be open, you couldn't be vulnerable, you couldn't express yourself, you couldn't do anything without feeling that sense of judgment. And ultimately, you recognized eventually that that judgment was mostly coming internally. And that's part of what the Seven of Cups represents. It's you recognize you really did have the choice. You could say, I can choose to live my life in a sense of fear, in a sense of living in my own mental prison, being so critical of self, being so judgmental of self. And because I am judgmental of self, I am welcoming people towards me that are also going to be just as critical and just as judgmental. Even if it's not to your face, you can feel the energy of that. And the more you would be surround yourself with people that didn't enjoy and appreciate your authentic expression or didn't allow you to feel safe in your authentic expression because again, they were passing that judgment, which never allowed you the platform to feel safe. The more you surround yourself with people like that, the more false perceptions you were taking in as to who you were. But oh, and that's what the hermit represented. So I didn't tell you. So at the bottom of the deck was the hermit, which represents this Eight of Swords. You were so trapped and buried under so many false perceptions of who you were that you learned about yourself from external. That eventually you just said, you know what? I'm done with this. I cannot move forward like this. I cannot live my life like this. So you went into hermit mode. You went into hermit mode and you said, I am not emerging until I recognize that I am not stuck in this prison of my own making, but rather I am the empress. I am the empress. I am the queen or the king, which we'll get to in a second. You finally were able to see your own self-worth in a world, or not a world, but it had to take you stepping away from a certain environment or certain people and just going inward, so deeply inward that you faced all of your fears, you faced all of these false perceptions until you got all the way down into the bottom of the abyss, and you recognize it's just you there. There's no scary monsters. There's nothing truly to fear. You've forgiven yourself so deeply and so fully while in this hermit mode. And because of that, you truly are now recognizing the options you have moving forward. And I like that this card, so all of the cards here are like a red or an orange or a yellow. And this is like a nice pale pink. I don't know if you can catch that on the camera, but it's like a nice pale pink, very muted colors. So it's like it's not so much in your face, but it's a choice of subtlety, of choosing to of choosing yourself and choosing to know yourself so deeply and profoundly that any perceptions, now that you're stepping back into the world, now that the sermon period is over, you're going to step back into the world. And of course, people are going to look at you. Of course, people are going to talk. Of course, people are going to have these false perceptions of you, especially the people that knew you when you were at your lowest. Of course, they're still going to think that that's who you are. Of course, they are. That's all they ever knew of you. And they also have the choice to either respect you and come with you on this journey together as you continue to become more of yourself and hopefully encourage them to become more of themselves, or they have the choice just to only see you for who you were. And if that's the case, it's time to let them go with love. And oh my God, this is beautiful. Oh my God. Okay, so under the Hermit, we had the King of Cups. And this is the energy of somebody who is so emotionally mature, emotionally fulfilled, and so emotionally connected with who they are internally that again, they are unshakable in their knowing. And this combined with Temperance, which was under the King of Cups, you had to go through such a deep, intense period of healing and balance, as you can see here, and balance. And he's almost doing like that Matrix, like shroom, that Matrix move where he, you know what I'm talking about, which also kind of taps into the ability of you understanding that the deeper you get into your own authenticity, the more you are truly turning into somebody that is a co-creator of their reality. And it might feel like you have a cheat code. If not yet, if you continue on this journey of self-discovery and self-healing, you're going to get to this point very soon. This collective that I'm speaking to, we are all on this path. We're all on this roadmap. Trust it if you're not seeing it already. And if you are seeing it already, believe it. Know it. Know it because it's the truth. And this is the only blue card to come out. Even with the King of Cups, there's no blue. So it's all about self-expression too. It's as you moved through this deep sense of healing and of connection to self and of finding that balance between the light and the dark, between the shadows and the consciousness, of going so far down into that abyss and finding it was just you, all of a sudden the abyss is lit up with light, with consciousness, with awareness. And now you are able to move your subtle energy body. You're able to play with the resources you find in that abyss and utilize those resources to your advantage to create the reality you want to see. And you're doing this again with such an emotional maturity where even if you do have to choose to walk away from people of your past that refuse to see you as any other version of yourself except the Eight of Swords, this trapped, imposed or mentally imposed prison, whatever. Even if you do choose to walk away from those people, you don't blame them and you don't cast judgment upon them for not being able to see you now because you recognize that people can only see you as deeply as they've seen themselves. And unfortunately, not everybody is ready to go that deep. Not everybody is ready to go to the abyss in order to learn about the true power they hold to create their reality. And you send them off with love, true universal love, true divine love. And you continue forward because what you have ahead of you is celebration. Six of Wands. What you have ahead of you is recognition from people that are able to see you how you are now. They're able to see you for this ability to balance light and dark, consciousness and unconsciousness, to be the creator of your reality. They're able to see you. This is what you're moving into. It's a sense of celebration for this enlightenment. If you look at this symbolism here, her third eye is more than open. And not only that, her third eye is open and it's projected into her reality around her. So what she is seeing, thinking, feeling, knowing is what she is now experiencing in her outer reality as well. And other people are bearing witness to that. Oh, I have chills. Other people are bearing witness to that on all angles, on all fronts. And what's beautiful about the Six of Wands energy is when you have the strength and the ability to let go of those who refuse to see you for who you are now, for those who refuse to update their perception of you because they're not ready to update their perception of themselves. And that's the thing with when it comes to people from the past. If you've moved through this healing at such an accelerated rate, it's going to trigger the people who are not ready to see themselves fully because it shows them how little they've done to work on themselves. That's funny how my face is. Okay, talk about balance. Talk about balance there. Even the moon in this card. Wow, I love synchronicities. I love synchronicities like that. But you're going to be a walking reflection of everything they're actively choosing not to do. And that's why once you walk away, you will be shedding those layers of the false because that's the thing. The perception they have of you is now false, even if it was true at one point. Even if you were sometimes a little bit difficult to be around because you were insecure, even if you might have been passive aggressive, even if, you were moving through your shadow, however that looks, you have found mastery within yourself to find that balance. And as you allow yourself to move away from those environments that aren't able to see you for who you actually are and who you're becoming every day, you make the space for all of these people who are ready to bear witness to that mastery because they are also subconsciously ready to step into their own sense of mastery. They are here to celebrate you on this journey. They don't hold any of these Eight of Swords perceptions of you because all they see is enlightenment within you. They see you as a leader, they see you as a guide, they see you as who you are truly meant to be here. Who you are truly meant to be and continue to become while here on earth. That's what you're moving into. And as for the people of your past, I kept wanting to say magic and magician, but I was like, he didn't come out, so I won't say it. Oh my God, this is reading like a book right now. This is reading like a book. Okay, okay. As for the people of your past, and as for you moving forward, because it's not even just about the people of your past, but anybody who has wronged you or may be continuing to try to wrong you or try to continue to paint this picture of the Eight of Swords that what you're doing now is just a false perception or a facade and oh no, she's actually just really insecure. Oh no, that's not who she actually is. It's a mask. She's doing that, like just trying to throw dirt on your name right now. Trust that you don't need to get revenge because karma is so much on your. Oh, and again, karma's on your side. No revenge because you're about to live the life of your dreams. No revenge because you are finally the person that you always knew you were internally, behind all of those masks and false perceptions. No revenge because your success speaks for itself. No revenge because your energy speaks for itself. No revenge because why bother? You have nothing to prove. And that's why justice is on your side. You have maintained such a pure heart through all of the hardships, even when you were in that self imposed prison. This collective is never the collective I speak to. I also have a TikTok if you guys want to follow me there. I post most of my videos on there, but the collective I speak to, you've never let that prison that you imposed in your mind change your heart. You never let the worries and the burdens of the world make you turn you into a monster. You never let the hardships harden your heart or dampen your soul. You've always been true to who you are. You've always been kind. You've always been a grateful individual. You've always been just generous to everybody. You always have moved with pure universal love. And although you were blank, you were veiled even to yourself for a long time, which is another aspect of the Eight of Swords. It's like you can't even see yourself because you're so trapped in that prison. You were veiled for a very long time. But you never, ever, ever wavered from your true essence, your true soul's essence. And because of that, justice, karma, God, source, universe, creator, however you want to call it, is on your side. And You might feel like what's next is kind of blanketed from you right now, or even if you have an idea, you cannot see the path ahead. I saw this brilliant video yesterday that resonated so deeply, and it said what moving on to the next chapter of your life looks like. And it was a plane taking off, and you can see the plane taking off, but then all of a sudden it disappears in like this thick, thick cloud. And you can't see it. It's just cloud, 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 cloud until it bursts through the cloud on the other side. And like the sun is setting. Everything is like blanketed in a really golden, beautiful orange hue. But it's that middle part that you're in right now where you've already taken off and you've already become this new version of yourself, but your physical reality hasn't yet caught up to it. So you're kind of walking blindly and just trusting in, your spirit team or your ancestors or God, source creator, fill in the blank. You're trusting in that higher power to guide you through this uncertainty. And you know in your core essence that you're on the way. And before you even know to expect it, you are going to burst out of the other side of those clouds in this gorgeous, colorful, beautiful, abundant new reality. It's just right now you're in the fog, you're in the thick of it, so you can't see forward. But again, it's this unwavering commitment to self and unwavering faith that you know exactly who you are and you trust that you are guided, like you are beyond guided. You are so divinely protected in this moment of uncertainty. You're no longer afraid of the uncertainty. You kind of revel in it because you know that there are energies and entities working behind the scenes to set the table for you. The table's already set. And now those energies and entities are bringing the people that are meant to come along with you moving forward, that are meant to help you get the leg up you need to get. If you are like an artist or a producer or a musician, it's getting people who have the contacts and the connections to get you at the table to then get your art out into the public. If you're a public speaker, it's meeting the one right person at a coffee shop on a Tuesday afternoon that has access to TED Talks. If you are a life coach, it's meeting that one high ticket client that's going to introduce you to all those other high value people. It's being at the right place at the right time and trusting that it's all unfolding and that all you have to do right now is live your life and follow your intuition to guide you exactly where you need to be, because you are always exactly where you need to be at the exact moment you need to be there. And that's emphasized. I have chills. That's emphasized by the magician. Get that? Sorry, the sun is everywhere now. The magician. Oh my God, and look at that clear channel. Talk about being guided by your intuition and higher power. And then we had the King of Wands as well. So King of Cups and King of Wands. You are in such a divinely masculine energy right now too, which is fascinating because usually when it comes to receptivity and intuition, we lean more into the feminine. But we did have the Empress come out first. So that's something to think about. But we did have the Empress come out first. With the Magician and the King of Wands, not only are you able to tap into this pure source energy, not only are you finally able to again become the co-creator of your reality in congruence with source, God, creator, universe, etc., fill in the blank, but you also have all of the tools you need in the physical to just make your life what you want it to be day to day. And you're recognizing that the magic is truly in the mundane, that the magic doesn't have to be some grand experience, that it doesn't have to be in the big moments, but it's in the little synchronistic moments that you see every day. It's seeing 404 18 times in one day. It's thinking a thought and then having your cat wake up out of a nap and meow really loudly to confirm, okay, yep, that's something I should be doing. It's it's asking for a sign and seeing a cardinal right outside your window, like the moment you ask for it. And it's about recognizing that it's in those little synchronicities that your manifestations can be and are happening instantly, can be and are actively happening instantly for you. And it's about shifting your mindset in those little moments to recognize how quickly they are happening for you every day. I don't know if I should get in the sunlight. Hi, what's up, guys? That looks crazy. Um, but it's about, and that's what this period, when you're in the cloud, after you've taken off and now you're in the uncertainty before you burst through the cloud. That's what I think this period represents for you. It's reshaping your mindset so you understand that there's literally a female cardinal directly outside the window right now. What did I just say? What did I just say? And if there's a female, there's probably a male. And a butterfly. That's what this period represents for you right now. That's what this period represents. It's you allowing your mind to recognize how potent and powerful and able and capable you are to manifest the life of your dreams. This look, I don't know what to do about this lighting. Should I come on this side? Well, now it's really dark. Anyway, you are so much more powerful and capable of manifesting the life of your dreams than you know, and that's what this time in the cloud is. It's for you to recognize not only how powerful you are to make it happen for yourself, but just how quickly it can all come to fruition. Just how quickly you can make it all happen. There's a video Bashar has spoken on this before where when it comes to manifesting your whatever you want, let's say $20 million, just because it's easy. When it comes, well, when it comes to manifesting $20 million, could you do that in 20 years? Most people say, yeah, I could get that done in 20 years. Okay, how about 10 years? Yeah, I could probably make it happen. Okay, 7 years. Yeah, I could see it. 5 years. The moment you have a hesitation about like the time frame that something can happen, that's how long it's going to take you. But you are able to train your brain using that exercise. You can train your brain to stop the hesitation in its tracks. So every time you do that exercise, challenge yourself and tell your brain, "Oh, wait, why did I hesitate? I don't want it to take 5 years. I want it to take, you know, 3 weeks." Whatever it may be, whatever your realistic timeline is. And that's the other thing is it doesn't have to be logically realistic because you are the magician. You are the magician. You are working with sources beyond this comprehension. And if you are in this collective, you are part of the collective that's here to awaken humanity to our true potential, which is magic, which is instant manifestation. So the more you are able to take this time in this cloud, this uncertainty, to reprogram your mind to recognize just how magical and powerful you are to make things happen instantly by recognizing those synchronicities that happen in the moment that you need them, in the moment that you need them. Not only that, you have the King of Wands. This is so much longer than I expected it to be, but I'm flowing. Hell yeah. We have the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is representative of somebody who's so deeply passionate and creative and in their power. And honestly, the King of Wands is a master manifester as well, coming out right behind the Magician. Master manifester of the things that bring him joy and passion and authenticity and creativity and creation and artistry and color and color and color and color and color. Because that's been a big theme of the readings today. It's all about this collective is here to bring color back to a world full of gray. This collective is here to bring color back into a world full of gray. Now, spirits, do we have any more messages before I end this? And so this time of uncertainty, revel in it. Really take the time, take the time in this time of uncertainty to reprogram your mind and just be fully present, be fully engulfed with where you are. Because the more present you can be, the more you'll recognize the synchronicities, the more you'll recognize how your brain is working in these manifestations, the more you'll recognize how powerful you are. The more that's fun. Like an old timey like Model T car just drove on the road behind mine. And I was just talking about time. There's a word, acronistic, acronistic, acronistic. I don't know, but it's like out of place in time. Oh, I was waiting for the moon to come out. Oh my God. Oh my God. What are these two? Oh, and that was reversed. So the moon came out, which just emphasizes the fact that you are not supposed to know what's next because if you knew what was next, your brain would find a way to overthink and sabotage it. So just put trust in your spirit team and be fully engulfed in the present moment that you don't even need to worry about what's next because you are totally content and happy with where you are right now. Affirm that every day. I have everything I need. I am so happy today, just with everything I have, because again, you are the magician and you have everything you need to make your dreams a reality in the day to day. But whatever is next, you're not supposed to know about it. It's hidden for a reason. Your spirit team is keeping it hidden for a reason. And if you work with Anubis, again, the cardinal just came back. If you work with Anubis, tap into him. He might be the one behind the scenes orchestrating this all for you, and also the one that's keeping it hidden from you for good reason. Remember that. We also have the Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, and the Knight of Pentacles reversed. And the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving knight in the tarot. When it's reversed, It can represent impatience, but the way I'm reading it right now, especially the way it fell out with the Ten of Cups, and the Emperor was under the Ten of Cups. We have the Emperor and the Empress, and the Ace of Swords was under the Emperor, and then the Eight of Pentacles is poking out at the bottom too. The Emperor and the Empress, first of all, which can be you coming into union with your masculine and feminine energies to become full in itself. It could also mean divine union, especially because the Empress was the first, like one of the first cards out, and the Emperor is one of the last. But I think it really is a merging of these energies within yourself to become the creator, to become the true creator of your reality, to be the gavel and the robe. Wow. But like I was saying, the way I'm reading the Knight of Pentacles in here is that rather than it being the slowest moving knight when it's upright, it's going to happen faster than you even know to anticipate. This cloud that you're in, it's not going to last long. And once you burst through the top, fulfillment, fulfillment. And I really am being drawn to this mirror here. Where in the past, when you were in this Eight of Swords energy looking at this mirror, you might have only seen darkness. Where now you're moving into a time where not only are you seeing light, and there's that color I talked about, the light is being penetrated by this rainbow, and the rainbow is going to hit the mirror, reflect it outward like a prism, and shine that colorful light all over. Where is the no, temperance? Oh no, the prism is going to hit the mirror and shine that light outwardly to all of the people that are already around to celebrate you so they can recognize that light and color within themselves. You are here on a divine mission. And it's going to take work, but this work is so deeply fulfilling and it's so deeply important. And as you lean more into the work, it's going to, as you work to change your mindset now and lean into the work, the creative work, the fulfilling work, it's going to change, it's going to rewire your brain chemistry so that you don't just believe, but you start to know that you are the magician and you are the co creator of this reality. Right now, it's hidden. Let it be hidden and focus on your day to day. Focus on the magic. Focus on how much joy you are able to manifest and recognize in your day to day because this is meant this what's next is hidden from you for a reason. Don't try to force it. Just let it be what it is and focus on the present. Focus on how you can continue to level up on your day to day. Oh, this was brilliant. And the Ten of Pentacles. Shut up. Ten of Cups and Ten of Pentacles to end it. And the Empress and the Emperor, the Magician. This is beautiful. Thanks for tuning in. I love you guys and good luck.